Hello, SpeedGaming in the future on YouTube. Welcome to another match of Metroid Prime Randomizer stage. I am Load, my name is
Doing alright.
We have an interesting match today. Because it's AeroRaiser, we do have some runners agreements, but they're not your standard runners agreements. We have Missile Launcher gives 20 missiles. Now things are Power Bomb expansion. I mean, they're popular for that. We start with Plasma Beam and Core Energy Tank. That's interesting. We have Expert Combat and Reverse Blow Mine's enabled. And oh, by the way, we start on Omega. Because of course we do. What are they thinking?
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from Arrow.
Yep.
It is interesting because Omega Pirate is usually the type of thing you tend to want to do last in a scene, if you have to do it at all. Because of how much you need to even get there in the first place. So.
Yep. So there it is. Charge, Ice, Missile Launcher, Morph Ball, Phazon Suit, and Super Missiles all starting items. Because
and they don't actually have X-rays, so they can't.
They can't fight them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
how long is it going to take?
Gonna find it.
Yeah, how long is it going to take for Arrow to realize that?
Yep. So Jeff making the right call, and there's the Morph Ball in MPT right away.
Yeah, I didn't even see everything they started with. But...
Ice Beams,
okay,
Bomb, Phazon Suit, Missile Launcher, Charge Beam, obviously. I think there was one other thing. Oh, and Jeff has to do a really mean bomb jump to get to
oh gosh, that's
PMT.
Okay. Arrow.
Yeah, and there's Arrow realizing.
All right, so just giving Jeff a little nice 60-second head start. Not that Jeff needs it, but.
So we probably have Space Jump and PMT.
That would be.
Oh, there's main power bombs. Okay.
We keep going up. We continue to ascend. So that quite interesting.
The power bombs make sense. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say technically the point of these settings was to force players to have to fight at the start, but obviously did not account for. It looks like the runners missed something in trying to force the OP fight at the start. And since the reverse lower mines is enabled, they technically could get out if they find boost. So.
And there's our boots in Phazon Mining Tunnel. That's not something you'd ever hear for a rando race.
Yeah, we're kind of. Yeah, we're gonna keep finding more and more stuff. At some point, you think they're gonna find.
And we gotta keep going back because it's probably gonna be Central Dynamo that's gonna have an X-ray visor. That's what the power bombs are gonna be for, I think.
Well, at least
back because Fungo. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say at least they did get Space Jump early. I'm not sure how much of this you can actually get in beginner logic without SJ, but
maybe MQA can be bomb jumped out of, but you're not gonna get much further than that without.
Yeah, I think right here fungal all access is probably the endpoint for an NSJ.
We get a wave beam, so we're gonna keep going backwards. Our warp to start. I mean, we're probably gonna warp to start to fight Omega Pirate.
You have to figure. Well, I mean, I was gonna say you have to figure at some point they will actually fight Omega Pirate, but who actually knows?
Now,
we could just keep going upward and upward.
What are the chances that they end up not fighting Omega Pirate with these settings?
I mean,
like, what realistic scenario does that happen with?
I mean, if X-Ray's not already down here, you're
Right.
gonna end up getting pretty far. Like it has to be either X-ray or boost to get out. And there's spider. Okay, I was gonna say there's boost. Nope, it was a different spherical object.
And Jeff has already lost 2 energy tanks just trying to traverse backwards, and Arrow's already lost 1.
Yeah, I don't believe they put on default damage reduction, so this is only 10% phase on suit.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So normally by the time you find phase on, you kind of expect to have at least 1 suit. Well, I've never seen that before in a tournament race.
Backward central dynamo? Yeah, I've not seen that either.
Yeah, blowing up the rubble from behind.
What do we got here today? That looks like is that grapple?
Yeah, that's grapple. Pretty sure.
Okay.
And yeah, you do have to go all the way up here to trigger the fight in order to even get into the maze in the first place.
And yeah, it seems likely that you're going to get most of your majors here in the phase-out lines before they even leave.
It is worth noting. Yeah, it is worth noting that logically these are all things they need to get back to OP because warp to start is not accounted for in logic. So
that's true. Yeah.
We may end up all the way in vent shaft and there's our X-ray. So. It literally has to be X-ray removed since there are no other options for these settings.
Now, if it's boost, how much further back do you go? Like, X-ray could be anywhere at that point if it's boost.
Well, they have everything they need to get out. So if it's boost, then the world is their oyster, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So. The only thing that makes me think it's X-ray is just the amount of stuff they're getting that they need to go back. Right off the bat. But who knows? Chat, take your pick. Can we get a prediction going? I don't think I've never seen SpeedGaming do predictions, but
I wonder what kind of like what's the next suit we find? That'd be a decent prediction. Big GT key in first chest. Yep, gotta go to Hulk room. Arrow scouting that grapple.
I guess Ruin Shrine is kind of the closest thing Metroid Prime has to Hype Cave.
Spazer on Cray, that's a good one. That's a good prediction.
Alright, moment of truth.
And Jeff has to pick it up regardless.
That's X-ray.
That's X-ray. Yep.
So back we go.
There is of course an extremely gross bomb jump you can do to get out of here. That I believe that's not logic in these settings.
God no. There's also a scan dash, but they're both horrendous and not. I don't know that they're even in advanced. I think they might both be expert because they're just that bad. But even if either of these runners did know it, obviously I wouldn't waste time on that. I wouldn't waste time on doing that trick when I could just do Omega Pirate instead. Right?
Alright, so we have an OP in our future for both runners. Now the question's going to be, what's going to be in PCA? I think that might be our first garbage item of the seed. I'll say it's a missile. Because at that point, we have everything we need to... leave.
Well, yeah, after this, it's like you've got just so many options. I think the more likely option, the option that most people would take is probably go up through lower mines. Or sorry, up through upper mines. Check out... I was gonna say check out Life Grove. They don't have boost, but they can at least get there. Possibly... I mean, I assume both these runners know how to do reverse bar skip. And that would get them upwards. Basically, what I'm thinking is what's both like a good amount of checks and will get us closer to back hints.
Yep. And if they do reverse bar skip, like then that's all of shows available, and then we just rush hints at that point. And that's what the runners are gonna do.
Yeah. At this point, they're just pretty much just hitting Varia in terms of like heavily gated stuff. It's still possible boosts is required, but and Jeff does have just like just slightly more than enough missiles to do super missile strats. But it looks like it's going for power bombs. I know people were talking about this in the server about possibly needing to get power bomb strats on Omega Pirate.
Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna work. Yeah.
Still, it's not just.
I think he's.
I was gonna say it's not just that you need X-ray; it's that you need X-ray to be on in order to damage him.
Yep.
So you got to be very quick.
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's missing one cycle here. Oh, he saw his chance. And now Arrow's gonna have his X-ray visor. He's going to fight Omega Pirate now and actually be able to kill him.
Arrow can get the one cycle that takes almost as much time as he lost on the first go around. Quite.
Yeah, and I have to think that Arrow just rushed in thinking he got the X-ray from the starting item pool, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, they were definitely like the thought was, let's fight OP immediately, but they forgot something in the settings to make sure that was doable. So it's okay, it happens. And as we can see, you're still forced to fight OP anyway, so it all works out in the end. And the interesting thing about starting with 4 E-tanks is that that's really as many as you typically need. So,
yeah.
Not like they're gonna, pretty much, like we said, just rushing artifacts, rushing up the hints, and then hoping that they don't need booster Varia.
They might pick up more tanks if they do have to rush Magmore, though. Like, I would see a Variolous Magmore, like, potentially, if it's required.
I could definitely see it depending on the location. Like, if it's close by, like maybe lower Fiery Shores, I think that's worth the risk. Possibly Lava Lake. Lava Lake is somewhat more dangerous BMR, but I think with 4 it's at least doable.
Or with 10% damage reduction, it's doable.
Yeah.
And
I shouldn't say, yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable. It's just not necessarily a thing you want to do.
Right.
You still got to be careful. It's very easy to get a little too overconfident.
Mm-hmm. And these runners have kept our tracker Schwartz Gandhi busy today. Everyone say hello to Schwartz Gandhi, pushing all the buttons. Basically panic mode with all the items we've been fighting within the first 14 minutes. but doing a good
But,
job.
but now
keeping
it's
us
now it's kind
honest.
of now it's kind of over. It's like they got
Yep.
almost everything, and now we get to watch the rest of the game.
And Arrow did get the 1 cycle. OP is down.
So making up a little bit that time.
And Jeff is going to make the decision to do upper mines. I probably agree with this. It's easier. It's much easier to get to Choga this way, and therefore Talon.
Yeah, this is straightforward play. I think at this point you could definitely take the risk that, given how much you already have, you could definitely take the risk that Upper Mines is empty and
Probably.
go through Magmore. Because that's just that's not even a hell run. That's a heck run through
Yep.
Twin Fires Tunnel.
Like Elite Research is a room you want to keep your eye on down the road, but yeah, you're probably right. Upper Mines is probably completely dead and barren at this point.
You know, actually, that's an interesting point. Without boost, they can't get in through to Elite Research backwards, so can't get the upper item at all. So they'd have to go through the front, which is a little bit. It's a little bit slower than going in through the back. You definitely like to come in through the back if you can, but you can't right now. So.
And so far, both runners picking up the energy tank and PPC. I didn't expect that from both runners today.
Oh, and Arrow is going up.
Yeah. All right. So already some route diversions. Arrow, don't tell me you're gonna go fight Thardus. Just no. Just no. Don't you dare.
He doesn't have thermal. It's not in logic yet, so I wouldn't put it past him. But
Like the memes are strong, but come on, Arrow. What are you doing? Don't do this to us today. And chat saying take the magma elevator to Talon. It's not heated. That is true, except for the one room. And main quarry has one of our artifacts.
well, there's one. And depending on what they end up getting, that might end up being a pain for Arrow to route back in. So that could be a huge advantage for Jeff.
Now, if there's like maybe a life growth tunnel or a life growth artifact, it's probably not as important. But if that's like the only artifact in the Phazon mines, that's actually pretty huge for Jeff. Because it's, you know, it's like you said, it's a pain to route back to.
Well, I always like to say, don't say it's Jet until it's over.
Right.
If something is hard boost locked, then congratulations, we're in boost go mode. So, not
And
much you
boost can
do
be
about that.
literally anywhere.
Yeah, at least in these settings, there can be quite a few places you wouldn't necessarily expect to find it, but
Arrow? What happened with your game feed? Your timer's still running. Oh, I hope it didn't crash.
that would be extremely unfortunate. I hope that they. I hope that
What happened here?
someone.
Oh, Arrow in the race room. Oops, my game just broke. Okay, so it's gonna take Arrow a
that's...
minute or two to get back in.
And that's... When's the last time Arrow saved?
He... Oh, did he save?
I mean, he's... I think... He went to the
saved
save station
before OP, I
before,
thought.
but
Yeah.
not... Wouldn't have been an opportunity to save after that.
He did save right before Omega Pirate? Okay. That's what I thought he did. So it's not going to be another fresh start. I mean, if it was, it can be really bad for Arrow. Oh, wow.
First try
from
reverse.
Jeff. Wow.
Now, a lot of people do say reverse is easier, but I think in the end it's pretty much about the same. But yeah, way to go.
Alright, Great Tree Chamber is just a missile today. Let's see if Jeff decides to do... Nope. The bomb jump to do Life Grove Tunnel and subsequently Life Grove are not in logic with these settings. Jeff deciding not worth the time investment, or possibly doesn't want to take the chance.
Yeah, they did save in Quarry, so that wouldn't be a huge time loss if you fall down, but like, I definitely agree with the, like, not worth the time. Unless, you know, unless it gets down to it and we have an artifact in there. We just can't find boost, but...
Anti-chamber not having anything important today. And Arrow in the race from a minute ago, confirming that Dolphin crashed. Okay. That's unfortunate, but...
Yeah, now he's gonna have to fight OP again. Makes it much worse.
This fight has been pretty snake bitten for Arrow so far. That's the third time fighting Omega Pirate, and admittedly, 2 of those not his fault. The first time was definitely an oops, forgot don't have X-ray. Well, that's thermal. And
Yeah,
Jeff,
right. That's right in front of Frigga too.
Yep.
Jeff finds gravity
man.
soon.
Hydro access tunnel, anybody? Jeff doesn't even want to check for crash site.
Okay.
This is gold. I mean, if
I really can't
I probably checked that
understand.
here, but
yeah,
I
why
don't
you
think
would not look at that. I think that they just
I don't
forgot.
think, yeah.
Because so
I
often
don't
when
think
you
I
come up
skipped
from
that
that. Yeah, so often when you're coming up for that, like especially in like odd weekly settings, you're usually coming at that point. So coming at it from the back, it's like you can easily just forget that you didn't already check it.
I'm not sure what Jeff was trying to do there, but some nonsense, I think. Alright, let's see when Jeff checks these, see how gross they are. That is the wrong button, Jeff. Alright, let's see what we got.
Well, there it is.
There's Life Grove. Biohazard containment. Quarantine cave, we got Thardist anyway? Are you kidding me?
Well, oh, it's an all boss seed! It's an all boss seed! Way to go, Arrow. You really just... Well, you really outdid yourself on this one.
Everyone, everyone send your like and subscribe over to AeroRaiser and congratulate him on the settings today.
Yeah. Actually, who genned this? Was this, I don't know who genned this, but... Brilliant. I mean, really, utterly brilliant. That's actually kind
This
of
is amazing.
Yeah, other than Biohazard and Life Grove being, like, close together,
Yeah.
this is a pretty awful spread.
Yeah. So it's Boost Ball Go mode for Life Grove.
Yeah.
But other than that, well, actually, no, I take that back because we need I mean, we really want Gravity Suit for Biohazard Containment, but
I think if it gets down to
experienced
it,
runners can get by without it.
yeah, if it gets down to it and Jeff hasn't found Gravity, then I would guess that Jeff knows at least enough to get the Biohazard.
And chat calling out, at least we might not need Varia. True, but
That's true.
on the other hand,
No plasma processing. That would have made it.
Omega Pirate was technically required to progress forward. It didn't. Yeah, he didn't really serve any purpose beyond that.
Yeah, no item, just a. Not usually I say this, but Omega Pirate this time was just a hallway. Sometimes Stardust is a hallway, but
Yes.
not usually open.
Got a missile in the tree. So now, I mean, I agree with the Chozo check here. This is by far the most densest area, and it's very quick to check. So I fully agree with what Jeff is doing here. And what if Tower of Progression rears its ugly head again?
I mean, that would be good,
right? It would be good, but they can't be in today, right?
I mean,
And Jeff is just gonna blind check it. Good if you can get it first try, I think. Otherwise, I think you lose time on every attempt after that. I don't remember the numbers on that. And Schwartz, our tracker, is saying 1 to 2 times is a net game. Net game? Yeah. Alright, looking good for Jeff so far. On attempt 2.
yeah, the first. If you do the scan dash on the first level, that's the hardest of the dashes. That's why a lot of people have sort of
Oh my.
hand up full
Alright, that's it. I'm
on
done.
the first
done.
level.
We're outta here.
Alright! We're looking at Boost Ball Go mode. That one's not super uncommon relative to some other ones, because you do find that you have stuff in Life Grow a lot of the time, but...
And Arrow saw the first of our nothings. We're actually going to see a number of nothings in this seat because of how many items we started with. So we're looking at about 8 nothings in this seat, give or take. Actually, no, probably more than that, because there's also 6 artifacts there removed from the pool. So we're probably looking at like, what, 14, 15 nothings overall?
Well, 14 times nothing is still nothing, so...
Yeah. And Arrow's on... Arrow's about to get the good news, or in this case, the bad news. Or is it the good news?
I mean... That main quarry is not super out of the way when you already have people light, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if you get Boost Ball in a good spot, then you just, you know, forward frigate, light growth, main quarry, Yeah, that is true. It is better for Arrow if it goes a little longer, but at this point, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on where
Yeah.
Arrow. If Arrow finds default, that can end up being.
And also whether or not Arrow decides to actually go to Tower Light to get that gravity suit. And
Yeah.
Arrow has confirmed all the artifacts, has seen all 6, and he's like, well, this is a seed.
Yeah. You know, we talked about Arrow doing Thardus earlier. Now that we have to do Thardus, it's very possible that that's just where Arrow naturally rounded it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that would
likely.
be a divergence, and if Boost Ball is somewhere in Fendrana, that would end up being huge.
Jeff is setting up for double explosion with power bombs. Let's see if he gets it here. I don't know if he got it.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, he
that's
did.
2.
Yeah,
All right.
that's 2.
Nicely
Excellent.
done.
Now, what kind of voodoo magic do you do to set that up with no visual indicator? You got a giant plant blocking your way.
You know, I'm sure. I mean, I'm not personally familiar with Jeff, but I've heard many people talk about how much they've been practicing.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that there's certain things. I'm sure this is one of those things they practice because it's really cool to pull off.
Yep.
So
Didn't get the last one, but that's okay. There's no cutscene for the final one. You just gotta get to the door. Trigger the fight. Fight's over. Now, I have a question for you. If the artifact is on Flagra and not Ghosts, do you take the time to do Ghosts anymore, knowing you just need one item?
that if you're here, yes, I'd say so. And it's on Ghosts. So
It's on
I
Ghosts,
think
yep.
even if the artifact was here, I think yeah, you take the time to do Ghosts. Like if it were the other way around and we had gotten Boost instead, I wouldn't waste the time doing Ghosts to get Gravity, I think.
Mhm.
Maybe. It depends on where I was. Like
Yeah,
Jeff's so far played really well outside of missing the Boost cycle. So Arrow's actually going for forward Flagra. Just interesting.
Yeah, it looked like Arrow was heading towards Zoid and Watery Hall, but maybe changed his mind mid-route? We have some members of chat saying that would attempt boostless life growth. Gravity is required logically for biohazard containment, but if the runners are good enough, they can get by without it.
I would not attempt under any circumstances. But
Right.
that's just me. I'm sure Jeff at least is familiar with it. But it's the thing about boostless life growth is not only do you have to get in the first place, you also have to get back. So you have to do 2 of those wacky bomb jumps to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I would not want to risk that if I could manage to find Boost, unless it comes down to it. And like, I mean, at this point you've already got to do all of the bosses, so it's not like there's going to be a lot of really bad units out there. It's not in plasma processing, you know that. So
It won't be a life growth tunnel, we know that.
yeah, so you're probably going to just end up full clearing anyway. I don't really think that this is that bad. But like I was saying, Jeff's done well so far in this season, so I can't imagine Jeff thinks that they're fine now.
Nice job getting over the reverse gate there. So let's see here. Upper furnace could potentially have boost, I think, just because of the logic. Because, yeah, boostless climb. Yeah, I believe that's in logic in these settings. Let's see. I mean, oh yeah. So, upper elite research is just ruled out entirely then, I believe. That's a lot of tanks. Yep. I mean, and we started with 4 of them.
I just have to say, I really hope it's not a freaking crash site.
That.
That would be terrible. Yeah, that would be definitely.
Oh, that would be terrible. And nobody's gonna
I
hope,
kind of
like.
I was gonna say, I kind of hope for Jeff's sake he just goes friggin' now, just to like put that out of our minds.
Like, but every runner would say to just never check frigate. Especially when you already know one of the items is an artifact. You only have 2 other chances for an item. What are the chances that one of those is the boost ball?
I mean, ideally you want to get boost ball and then route it so that you can get life growth and frigate in one play. I'm just thinking about that crash site item. Because my real concern here is that Jeff like just forgot it. Not that they deliberately ignored it, but that they just straight up forgot it. Also, I was not paying attention. Did Jeff do like the Hive Mecha loop?
He has not done Hive Mecha yet.
Yeah. So that's the checks that Jeff is just leaving behind right now.
Looks like, yeah.
Assume they're gonna make their way all the way through back Choser. It's possible that what Jeff's doing like if Jeff is comfortable doing those in life growth, that or doing, I should just say boost stress in general, that what they're planning on right now is getting there and getting that. There is the save station right in right outside Reflecting Pool, so that's not a huge time loss if they fail. So that's it's possible that that's what their routing is right now.
It could be, yeah. Also, interesting play by Jeff here to skip Zoid for the time being. I thought this was Zoid play first. And also nicely done by Aero. Third attempt to get over the gate.
Yeah, skipping Zoid is like so far Jeff's been skipping like a lot of sort of out of the way stuff. Like not super duper out of the way, but like
yeah, I don't necessarily hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of strange because like Jeff and Aero are pretty, I would say, closely matched. Like Jeff hasn't played in a tournament before, but
right.
They've shown good results so far. Like I don't think this is like a situation where the Aero has a huge advantage. So it's interesting to me that Jeff is just skipping checks. Unless, I mean, unless, as I mentioned, like they're already planning on boost strats, and they're just like...
It could be, and our tracker Schwartz and Samuel in chat saying that Jeff is going to do wall crawl to life growth. If that's the case, we're going to be done in about half an hour here.
Yeah, if they're planning on getting to life growth without boost, then at this point it's just doing like quick checks and like hope that it shows up, but not going out on the way for Zoro and the others. And if I had to guess, I would say that that's if I had to guess, I would say that's what Jeff is planning on doing right now. Right.
Alright, so Jeff has now activated all 3 ghosts for this room state, but I don't think Jeff's coming back this way. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, Jeff's done at this point.
Yeah. So we probably see antechamber checked. Oh wait, no, did he already check? No,
Yeah.
Arrow. Oh yeah, he did check
Yeah.
antechamber. That's
Jeff
right.
checked the antechamber.
Yeah.
Because they activated the pirate layer.
That's right, yeah. I like this by Jeff. Safety save just in case it goes horribly wrong.
Oh yeah. Especially if it is a wall crawl and not strats.
Yep.
Or boostless strats. Okay, not boost in life. Or in Great Crash Light. What is wrong with my brain? No. I got my wires crossed or something. Yeah, I think that's the play. Aha.
And our runners are going to high five here. And Arrow now seeing the thermal visor. Of course, it's going to be for Thunderous, logically. And my mistake, the runners are not high fiving, they're in the opposite end of the world.
Yeah. Different.
So I think what helped make this decision for Jeff is that the artifact was in Life Grove itself and not Life Grove Tunnel. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
So he's going to do the bomb jump strat. All right.
The only question is Jeff going to full commit to this, or is it going to be X many tries?
Well, he made the safety save with the intention of doing this. I think at this point you have to hedge your bets, and you have to just commit to it.
Yeah, especially with all the items that they've skipped over.
Mm-hmm. And Arrow just going to head that way right now. This might swing it back in Arrow's favor.
Yeah, I think the only thing is, of course, Arrow doesn't have gravity suit. So if they were to, they'd have to do first gravity list, which takes some time.
Yes. The first room is rather gross. But
actually, Arrow, no, you need boost to get through reverse.
Oh yeah, he does. That's right.
Yeah,
because he can't do hat. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So if Arrow's going for boostless Life Grove, then that's it. Let's see. Yeah, all right.
I respect the play.
Yeah, and now they're about to have.
Alright, Arrow's going to resort to our backup strat? No, Arrow's going to reset. That looked pretty good from Jeff's part. Oh.
I'll say if Aero does get this first, that does at least cut the advantage a little bit that Jeff has right now. But they still have to route in. Like, if they go and get main quarry right now, that's not a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
After this is done. But then they have to route in bypass, and that can potentially be awkward because at this point I'd say it's pretty unlikely that Arrow's going to go back to tower flight, get that gravity suit.
In Arrow's case, is actually a little bit worse because he specifically needs to go all the way back to the front end of Chozo just to do Frigate, unless he happens to find Boost Ball. But because Boost Ball hasn't been located, yeah, like, I don't think I like this play by Arrow right now just to try and do Life Grove Tunnel. And only for that Boost Ball specific reason. Like,
I think Arrow's thinking is probably that due to the crash that
he's got to make up time somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess he potentially wasted so long with the post that he feels like it's just better to do this now.
He's got to go for it. Like, I respect the play for both of them. I just don't necessarily agree with Arrow doing it. Oh, he had it. Oh, and okay, part 1 is done for Jeff.
Well, part 0.5. That is why this sucks. Like, it's just.
Have you ever heard
so much?
Have you ever heard the story of the Life Grove Tunnel? It's not a story a Jedi would tell you.
Yeah, even when you're not boosting through Life Grove Tunnel, it still finds ways to screw you.
Yep.
Worst room in the game.
Yep. Life Grove Tunnel, of course, if you're not familiar with it, has some of the worst collision detection of any room. Because it's not like traditional half-pipe detection, it's like actual like collision, so Boost Ball just can't navigate it properly. And you boost too far, you boost too short, you often miss the openings. It's horrible.
I've heard some people also think that it has to do with the camera, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know enough about the internals to...
Thank you, Delta Toast, for continuing that. Is it possible to earn this power? Not without boost. Alright, Arrow, take, I think this is 4%? Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. Arrow's
Alright, in there.
Alright. Now we find out just how bad this is. We gotta do spinner manip or... Okay, no. Okay. So that is...
Alright.
At least it's the easy part.
Well, still gotta get back, so...
Wow, this is a simple jump for... Never mind.
Yeah, as long as you don't land directly on the exploding... I never remember what anything is called in this game.
I don't remember the name of that enemy, but yes. Alright, Arrow, now...
Gel? No, Gel Sap is the underwater.
Yep.
I have never done this, so I don't know how, like, harrowing this is, but I can tell that Arrow is,
He's being very careful with this.
Yeah. Possibly too careful.
Maybe. Okay.
Alright. Almost there. Oh! No!
Let's see if he tries the ladder. Let's see if he tries the ladder bomb jump to get out. He's thinking about it. He hasn't reset yet.
God, took that bomb jump so carefully and then just... No, resetting.
Yep, he's gonna reset.
Oh, that was heart-rending.
So if you're Arrow, do you commit more time to doing this? Like, I know you really got to feel behind at this point, but do you keep trying this if you're Arrow? Like, Arrow's thinking about it. Like, you see he's sitting there on the title screen. He's thinking about it.
I mean, I wouldn't blame Arrow for keeping at this, but I think if it were me personally, well, if it were me personally, I wouldn't do this bomb jump because I don't know how to do it. But if it were me and I was in this exact same situation, I think I would just save warp now and then go do Thardus and the shorelines at least. See if you can find boost there.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Arrow technically is also looking for gravity in a sense. Like, we know that he's not going to find it on that route, but...
And Schwartz Gandhi, our tracker, saying casually that Boost Ball is just hanging in Hydro Access Tunnel. That's very possible. That is very possible. I think Varia's suit has to be... Wait. Could it be?
I'm gonna say Varia suits in plasma processing. I know technically we already had that, so it's not a new suggestion, but...
Well, I'm thinking about this for a second. The way they got to Chozo is currently out of logic doing reverse bar skip. And in Arrow's case, doing Twin Fire Tunnel. Variantless. I believe that's out of logic in these settings.
That's true.
So...
You know, I hadn't considered that.
That means Boost Ball might actually be an Elite Access. Or Elite Control, or Elite Research, sorry. Elite Research. Or maybe Story People B. Both of our runners decided to skip over that. I want to say Boost Ball has to be in one of those two locations because they have no logical way to Chozo otherwise. I could be wrong, but that's my thought process.
I mean, if Varia is somewhere in Phendrana, then
Yeah.
like far Phendrana, then that gives them access to Twin Fire's elevator. Is enough to get you into Chozo, so...
True. Okay,
all right.
You got it, Jeff. Okay, Jeff, you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we got it.
Now, technically, Arrow has the better PB. Jeff,
Oh, Jeff
does
doesn't
not
know this.
how to get out. That's... Really?
Okay. That's interesting. I thought Jeff knew the standable get out of here.
I'm sorry. I feel like this is gonna sound really mean, but like, okay, this is the wall crawl.
Yeah, okay.
This is the wall crawl to get out. Okay.
Okay.
I see.
It wasn't to get in.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, Jeff. My apologies. I wasn't familiar with your game. I owe you an apology.
And we're also getting a peek of the other life growth item. I think it's just a missile. I can't really tell from this angle. Or maybe it's terrain I'm looking at. And then question in chat: is there a logical way out of
I mean, I don't know if I would even bother peeking this because like, what is it gonna be? Like, flamethrower?
Yeah.
Ice spreader?
No, this is. I think we just happened to see it, but yeah, I don't think Jeff was specifically peeking that item.
Yeah.
And then the question in chat: is there actually a logical way out of mines without boost ball in a workstation? I want to say.
Well, yeah, because you just go up PPC.
Oh yeah, PPC. That's exactly what Arrow did. Not exactly the way he did it, but
yeah.
PPC is definitely in logic.
Yeah, by that point, they had spiders, so that was perfectly in logic.
Yeah. All right, Arrow. We're we're gonna see cargo freight to Decklift Gamma. Show us the goods.
I'm a little curious if you could somehow, like, if you dropped a power bomb there, could you peek the life grove tunnel item?
Mm-hmm. Just don't use SA.
If Boost Ball is here, I'm gonna scream. Not literally, but internally.
Just a missile. Okay. Jeff is almost out of Life Grove.
I have never seen this before, so I have no idea how this works or how to get back in mounds here, but Jeff knows or they wouldn't be doing it, so.
It looks like Jeff didn't hit the load trigger for the big room. I forget what I don't know what it's called.
Great Tree Hall.
Yep. Now he's just trying to get back on the door to make sure. Falling here would obviously be very bad. Okay, he's loaded. He's gonna. This will be a ceiling clip, and he's out.
Well done.
Oh, he's still on the tunnel though. He needs to go back.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, he is still on the tunnel.
Something. That's. Well.
Luckily, he didn't get too close to another load trigger and crash the game. So.
Yeah, here's the extent of my knowledge of.
Okay, there we go.
My extent of the knowledge of out of bounds in this game is every room's in a box.
Yes.
So. And is gonna go save, I guess? Not do frigate right now? Or
I think I like the not frigate play here. He'll probably save biohazard containment for his last artifact, and then he just keeps going backwards to do Ridley after that.
I mean, yeah, but you do reverse frigate now, and then you save warp in cargo freight lift, and then you're on the path to get to Thermos.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm guessing Jeff just wanted to save just to make sure, especially after we already had one crash.
Yes.
One random crash in this space.
That's true.
So, although I don't know, Jeff plays on Dolphin, so I'm not sure if that's an issue. But I feel like Jeff's definitely thinking like, okay, I don't want to have to do that again under any circumstances. So. I don't.
Arrow, yep.
They have no way of knowing where Arrow is right now. So.
Exactly. And Arrow has successfully skipped the gravity suit. Biohazard containment is a go. So that's 2 artifacts for Arrow and 3 for Jeff, I believe. Hello, Omega Pirate. We meet again. And that's true. Our tracker briefly forgetting to be a tracker, but in Tracker's defense, nobody's picked up anything in 25 minutes. Easy to forget.
Maybe reverse bar skip is easier, you know?
You know, I'm honestly surprised our runners didn't RA springballed in. That would have made the Life Grove Tunnel thing a little easier, but it also would probably make bar skip a bit easier. There we go. Alright, let's see. I don't think... Now that I think about it, I don't think Boost Ball can be here in the Hydro-X Tunnel.
And as mentioned, this is gonna end up routing basically perfectly. At least, well, at least until Jeff gets the shoreline.
Yep.
But with 10 E-tanks, like, that BMR, like BMR into Twin Fires would be basically free, so.
Yeah.
So actually all those extra E-tanks gonna end up coming in handy unless Jeff does manage to find bar at some point. But not gonna have that many checks to find it.
There's artifact number 4 now for Jeff. So for the last 2 for Jeff, we have Quarantine Cave and Shorelines.
Yeah.
Oh, Arrow is doing Farfin? Question mark?
I think Arrow's gonna at least check transport access.
Oh, it's right. It's right there. Of course, it's right there.
Oh, well.
At this point, Arrow's gonna be like, "You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding."
And yeah, that's. I mean, that's why doing this might have been the right play.
And that location's been available for a very long time.
That might have been the logical access to the Chosen.
Yep. Yeah, so you get that. You go back, you move the bars, you go to Chozo, you get thermal, you come back, fight the Artists. Wow. The logic on this one is disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not that bad, but, you know, a little bad. But now this is interesting. Arrow has the leg up with the Boost Ball. Could potentially save some time. Does have to go back for Life Grove, does have to go back for Main Quarry. Those two are right next to each other.
Yeah. I think Jeff still has the advantage, but it's not impossible. One thing we didn't get a chance to talk about this at the start. Both of these racers are 2-1 in Swiss so far.
Oh. And
what that means is that whoever loses is going to be 2-2, and that's going to be a really precarious position to be in because at 3 losses you're out of top 8 contention altogether. At 2 losses you still have a chance, but you're completely reliant on your tiebreakers, which means you're completely reliant on your opponents to do well. The good thing is both of these runners have shown themselves to be really good. I wouldn't put them out, so like you're not going to be feeling too bad even if you like. I think you still have a decent chance to make top 8 even if you take this L here.
And while we have a moment while Arrow kills a rock, let's make sure to shout out our runners. Give our runners a follow. They're putting on one heck of a race. Jeff with the out of bounds, getting the life grove after a couple of attempts. Arrow fighting his way back from the crash. You can also follow my co-commentator today, Takaba, and also our tracker sports Gandhi. You can follow me as well if you want. I'm just there with Mike.
Yeah, the last time I streamed was the 2021 Prime Turn. So quality content.
Alright, so AeroRaiser now has all of his bosses dead. Ooh, Jeff is going to get the boost ball. What do you think Jeff's reaction is going to be here? There's a shot of rage. He's not happy about that.
See, if I were them, I'd just be laughing. Like, that's fun. Like, obviously as a viewer it's funny, but I think even as a runner I'd be like, oh my god, LOL. So that end is going to end up cutting out any advantage that Arrow had just from getting boost. So Jeff demonstrating that power bombs explode faster if you're in the air. But I'm not sure it matters much in this case.
It looks like our shoreline artifact is in the lighthouse today. AeroRaiser needs Life Growth Tunnel and Main Claw. This is going to be a close finish. I think Jeff still has the upper hand here, but this is going to be a close finish.
I think it's going to be closer than you would expect.
Yes.
Based on the start.
Movement at this point is going to be critical. Arrow cannot afford small mistakes like that. Alright, I wish we had last phase now for the artist. One power bomb and just have it.
Yeah, I think that's maybe slightly true. I think, yeah, at this point, if Jeff doesn't run, I'd be extremely surprised. I mean, they did spend
Solid 15 minutes on Life Grove, probably?
yeah, something like that.
It wasn't all starting items, it was like 7 starting items. You know, it's like half your item pool. It's not that bad.
I think the thing is that, yes, you got a bunch of stuff at the start, but that meant as soon as OP was done, you had basically everything open to you.
Yeah.
So
I do not fault the runners at all for taking the route here.
Well,
There.
Jeff did get boost, so
Yeah,
they both have
both
boost
of them
for
have
Ridley.
boost ball for Ridley.
At this point, no real advantage gained from having boost ball.
All right, Jeff has 10 energy tanks. This is going to be the Magmar run. Okay.
Yeah, with not having to do checks, this is
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, and getting to getting to the root cave elevator, it's going to be relatively safe. If he was going all the way to the, I mean, there'd be no reason to go to the Lava Lake elevator because you have to go further through Chozo. Yeah, so this will be definitely the right play.
I don't think Jeff would be in that bad of a spot if
Yeah.
they had gotten boost.
Nope. There is an artifact here in main quarry that Arrow has to get. Jeff picked that up before scanning the hints originally.
See that? Yeah, that's no problem.
Alright, so Arrow is now at 5. Schwartz, Arrow now has 5 artifacts. Got the main core. He's about to get Life Grove.
Now for the fans, just do the bomb. Try the bomb jump once. By the way,
it appears... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, by the way, chat, take your guesses. Where was Varia?
That's a good. That's a good point. With boost ball, you know what? Let's do the meme. I'll say plasma processing. I know it's already been said once, but
Yeah.
plasma processing. I'll say that.
I'm surprised Jeff didn't go for ship save. Like, they've only got 35 missiles. That's not a whole lot.
Yeah, and only 2 power bombs. Like I would want at least that many
Yeah.
for the veterans.
I mean, I guess at this point Jeff thinks maybe that they're behind by virtue of
maybe.
having spent a billion years in Life Grove, but
See if Jeff sets up for a flyby split. Nope. Oh. Didn't quite get it. And Arrow now has all 6 of his artifacts. Is also on the way to fight Metroid. That's a hard one. I think Jeff won that. There you go. we see Jeff take the ammo refill on the way.
I don't think so, because really they only have supers as far as speed. It's not like they're going to need a ton of missiles. I think by them not taking the ships, it's them like wanting to save as much time as possible.
Oh, Arrow is going to take the ship refill.
Yeah, just not having enough missiles. I think most people take the ship refill in all stores, unless they're already about full. Arrow actually only has 45 missiles. Not much more than Jeff went into Ridley with.
And we see the red glow on Arrow's, or not Arrow, but Jeff's missile count. I think Jeff is down to like his last, like, what, 15 or so? He's shooting it. Oh, that's not the refill. Wait, that spider track is standable? Why am I surprised by that? Everything in this game is standable. This is, you can stand on it the game. Chat, I guess we have 3 other guesses we can do. Where are our charge combos? Where's Wavebuster, Ice Spreader, and Rando? Does Arrow know Exoskip?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. Really down now for Arrow. And yep, AeroRaiser decided to heck the gravity suit and did biohazard Randomizer. Arrow knew the flying. Flying for impact. I guess not. Or maybe Arrow feels like he lost enough time. He just wants to not take potentially waste time flying that way.
I, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, the Aero has enough power.
Is my volume too loud? Too low?
Huh?
Oh, chat is saying volume. Us. Let me see if I can fix that. This is good music to rock to, chat. I'll just speak louder then.
That was really not me. Gosh. And like, I'm so done with this.
Regardless of how this match finishes, this has been one exciting race.
Aero making quite a mismatch. The issues that he had.
Oh, Jeff is taking the interesting approach of coolant cancels. I haven't seen that method.
I think they wanted the essence to get away from this.
Oh,
But it didn't.
looks like. Okay, yep, no pool skip. And yeah, Delta in chat saying that one racers have found boost balls soon. Like this had like the potential to be like a 45-minute seat, I think. They just climb people's seat. For sure sub hour, but still really fast. Get your GGs in chat. JeffGainsNGames finishes this place with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 4 seconds. see if we can get him in here for an interview. And we are now joined by our winner today, JeffGainsNGames. GG's, Jeff.
GG's, thank you. Oh my god. That, my heart hurts. I'm tuning stream now, and I'm seeing that arrow is right behind me, and whoo.
Yeah, it was quite a race.
So both of you put on a little bit of a clinic and also a comedy of errors with Life Growth Tunnel.
Yep. So Arrow did the same thing I was trying to do.
Several times, in fact. Both of you spent about 15 minutes collective each trying to do Life Growth Tunnel.
Amazing.
So Arrow was the one who got across first. Got the item, but elected to just do the bomb jump back. Was very careful and fell, I think, the first time. The first time when he actually got the artifact and started going back. It was,
he almost got out.
Yeah, it was just back and forth, dropping down in the tunnel for a while. I think Arrow.
Honestly, if he'd gotten out, that might have won him the race.
Yeah, it might have, especially with him doing gravity-less reverse frigate, or not reverse frigate, but gravity-less frigate, doing biohazard.
Yeah, I just figured the reason why I happened to find gravity was because I was betting that, what's it called? Tower of Light was going to have boost. I was like, it's got to have something, and sure enough, it had gravity, so I was like, alright, well, that makes it easier. I was totally comfortable getting to biohazard from either direction without gravity, but I did notice that on my first pass through, I was about to go into Hat without boost and gravity, and almost blocked myself. Thankfully, I'd saved in main Corey, but yeah, I was really close.
So, I was kind of curious about something. When you checked transport center, transport tunnel, whatever it is, in Vendron next to Thardis.
Yeah.
What made you decide to actually check that?
It takes about 5 seconds, and I said, if it's boost, then great, I've found it. But at the same time, if it's boost, that means Arrow's definitely found it. Because I was assuming that, I know we had talked, Arrow and I had talked about both, like, knowing how to do Life Grove without boost. So it was a possibility, but if they had decided to route in Thardis first, and they found boost, then it was going to be free for them, and yeah, it would have definitely. Oh my god. Barry is in Life Grove Tunnel.
Oh my god. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
Oh, I can't wait till Arrow joins. That's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, my thing was, once I got across, I was really upset when I fell the first time, but once I got across, I was like, there's no way I'm risking the bomb jump back. I was talking with Sam before the race, whether it was better to do the out of bounds to get back across or just risk the bomb jump. And after however many attempts that was, I knew that I was going to do the out of bounds. I just had to do it. Also, GG's to Arrow. That's awesome.
GG's to Arrow, finishing second place, 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 11 seconds. And then there's a quick question in chat. How do you stop the credits roll? There's two ways. You can hold up on your analog stick, or you can just hold A. That just stops the credits in place. All right. So
I think I scroll down just to have Arrow see it in his own. Yep. GG's Arrow.
GG's Arrow.
GG's. I am so mad I lost 10 minutes to a crash.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate.
Yep.
What did you save at some point at least?
Yes, and that's why I only lost 10 minutes. I crashed at 20.
Yeah, I saw that on the timer.
I had to refight Omega Pirate and re-walk through Magmore.
Yeesh. Oh, so you went through Magmore to Fiery Shores to get your artifacts?
No, as soon as no. This was back when we first fought Omega Pirate.
Yep.
I fought Omega. This was before I had hints. I crashed going through Twin Fire's elevator.
Yeah, but so you went that way to go get your hints?
Yeah.
Okay, I did reverse bar skip up through mines to get to hints.
No, I did Twin Fires, but the moment I went to touch the elevator, the dolphin hung. You could hear the audio where I went up the elevator and left. I could move around, but the moment I pressed a button, dolphin crashed.
Damn. That's yeah, it's upsetting. That's like when I had my crash in my week 3 for Elder Chamber. I thought that it was just the door, and I never went back to Elder Chamber, and I thought maybe that would have like.
I was a split
the
second from forfeiting on the crash.
I'm glad you kept it up though, because like, wow, what a great race! I can't wait to watch this back.
Yeah, in spite of everything.
I attempted some dumb stuff. Almost got it.
So did I.
Then failed. Does it involve Life Grove Tunnel?
Oh, it certainly does.
Yeah.
Did you found Boost Ball afterwards?
Oh yeah, I was even more angry because it was the next thing I found after I did Gravityless Biohazard. Yeah,
that's what I figured you would have taken the lead in one, is because I knew we had talked about you being able to do Life Grove, but I was like, if you went to Thardus first, went to Thardus first, you would have, like, either of us could have won. By the way, coming up in the credits, Various Suit, you're gonna laugh.
I saw it, Life Grove Tunnel. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
but
didn't matter. It didn't matter. Magmore was nothing.
Yeah.
But no, what I found funny was like the reason I routed it the way I did because everything just routed so well together with the start location. I'm like, okay, I just got to get this one trick correct one time. I even got the artifact, but I failed getting out.
Yeah.
I failed getting out, so I was like, oh.
I fell one time getting in. Well, okay, I fell a ton of times getting in. Don't get that wrong.
I reset. I gave like probably 15 minutes to it.
I would probably say 25 for me almost. So that's probably why we're so close, is you probably got that quicker than I did. But
yeah,
I decided to go out of bounds to get for the way back because I did not want to risk. I did not want to risk the bomb jump.
I didn't succeed. I left and came back with Boost Ball.
Yeah,
okay.
Arrow got the artifact, but couldn't make it back. You were the first one to succeed in getting it and get back out.
But it routed in fine because Main Quarry was my second to last artifact. So it routed in just fine, and that was my way back to Talon quickly.
Yeah, and again, I got Main Quarry as my first artifact on my way up through mines. So
I feel like if it weren't for the crash, this may have been even closer.
Yes.
Oh,
there are a lot of ways it could have been a lot closer. What the funny thing is, you guys don't know yet, is that you were both doing Life Grove at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So there was just a whole bunch of resets over and over again.
About a 20-minute period.
Some exciting content. Editor,
well,
cut that out. Cut that out.
See, both of us probably had the same idea. It was like, okay, as long as boost isn't freely available and we get this, that's an auto win button. Yeah. And then it just happens to be in transport access.
Yep. Yeah. Completely free.
As soon as I got the as soon as I got to Finn, I'm like, you know what? Let me check this real quick. I'm not sure if I want to be. I don't know if I want to celebrate or be angry at this.
I think it's going to be a really fun one to watch back. I'm excited to see the end game times.
It is.
Ooh,
my end game is 55.
Yep. Well, that actually brings up something that I wanted to ask you about, Arrow. Not to rub salt, but when you initially charged OP and you didn't have X-ray, did you just assume you had X-ray because of all
100%, 100%. But I was like, okay. And then the moment I saw Wavefires, I went, oh, that Wavefires, that sucks. Okay, I'll just deal with it. Where's my X-ray visor?
Okay. I dashed to the side to set up the manip, and then realized I didn't have X-ray, but didn't hit the trigger, and I was like, "Oh, back up!"
Nice.
And then I saw immediately that you said Lamau oops, and I was like, "Oh, I know what happened." I know what happened.
Yeah. It's fine. I got good RNG the second time around.
What I also like is that this was technically, for fighting chance, this was technically a Send Dyna start. because that was the
Yeah, pretty
first
much.
starting location
Yeah.
boss we actually had to fight. We had to walk all the way back.
I think out of all the seeds we've rolled, that's the furthest X-ray has been.
Yeah, definitely. As far as it, well, I guess you could have maybe got boost. But-
I was expecting boost there.
Yeah, we were saying it was 50-50.
I was
It had to
expecting
be one of
boost
those
there
two.
for us to be in somewhere in upper mines, or potentially just not fight OP at all.
Yeah, I gotta say, that whole sequence at the beginning felt so uncomfortable. I did not like it. It felt icky. I did not like it.
Oh, don't worry, I almost died to Hunter Metroids.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Because
they took a lot of health.
I decided to rush through the room instead of fighting them one by one.
Yep, that's what I did. I made it out with like 2 E-tanks, I think, so I felt pretty
I
good.
had
but-
half that.
Whew.
Thankfully, Cloak Drone was not much of a problem, so
No.
I was like, oh, grapple, this can come up. And what's bad is on the way to Artifact Temple, I was scouting the checks on the way because I wanted E-tanks in case we got Magmore hits.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had like 9
had
or
like-
10 E-tanks by the
I
end.
had so many E-tanks, it was crazy. Also
That's
noticed
why
you picked up Gravity. Where was Grav?
Tower of Light.
So, okay, so here's the story of my Chozo run. I walked in, set a plant on fire, killed some ghosts, peeked Ruin Shrine, and got out.
Okay, so here's what I routed the seed with. I took Upper Mines, did reverse bar skip, got up through Chozo to Frigate to get my hints. Got the hints, did went towards Flagra, but I grabbed Tower of Light on the way because I was like, it must be boost. Tower of Light's always progression, it'll always be boost. And it happened to be Gravity, so I was like, alright, well, I was happy with
The least
Gravity, but
impactful of the required items
Yeah.
this time, since you can just bomb jump up
Yeah.
cargo freight lift.
yeah, I was fine doing it either way. Like whether, well, I guess I couldn't have done it from reverse because I didn't have boost. But so I grabbed Plant, went back to all the way to the back of Chozo, did Life Grove Tunnel at that point, warped to start out. Actually, sorry, no, I went to Frigate, warped to start out, then did Thardis to Shorelines, Heat Run to Fiery Shores, and then beat the game.
Yeah, the only heat run I did was just the entire one room of Twin Fires Tunnel.
Interesting. Yeah. By that time, I had, like I said, I had like 10 E-tanks and 2 suits, and I was like, I'm not gonna save. I had to skip all this. I was saving a lot, and at the end, I was like, I need to get motivated and moving, because I knew there was no way that you weren't far behind me. Even if you were doing Life Grove Tunnel, if you got it faster, you were ahead. But
I was so close. And my original plan is if I had gotten it, I was going to bar skip and go ahead and grab Main Quarry.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
for Main Quarry, I would have probably warped to start because it would have put me closer to PPC.
hmm
And then
Yeah.
the Finn stuff would have been my last 2 artifacts.
I got to show off reverse bar skip and bar skip. I am excited to watch this back. This was a good one.
It's definitely a good one. I highly recommend. Chat had a blast with this one as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was all bosses as well.
Yeah, because OP for
Uh,
access. OP had nothing important, but we had to. It was the only way out unless you want to do some really dumb stuff in Vent Shaft.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how we made this preset around OP and then it was nothing. It was literally just like
The first
ability
time
to
he
leave.
had nothing. Every time he'd have like morph ball, space jump, bombs.
Yeah. And also, just in case anyone else wants to force the start on OP, remember to put X-ray in your starting items.
Nah.
Oh no, we left it out because we figured the worst that would happen is that the turn around and go to MQB. Nah, this time it's in his Vent Shaft.
Yeah, Lower Mines is definitely a setting that I think a lot of people would probably be uncomfortable with. And yeah, I don't think I actually didn't practice that sequence, but I looked at like a whole bunch of seeds that were generated to kind of get the idea, like if it was more worth it to do
Reverse or forward.
And when I didn't have X-ray, I was like, oh, well, I don't really have a choice, so this is good. But it still felt way wrong going that direction.
I was like, all right, yeah, I got to fungal hull access. I'm like, all right, this is either X-ray or wave beam. Hi, wave beam.
And then the crumbs, and then the rabbit hole just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
All right, and now with 2 weeks left, I think I'm now in a position where if I have any hope, I think I have to win both of them.
Yes, you are now 2-2, I believe.
I am in the danger spot.
So
Yeah.
you definitely
You're on
need
the-
to win
yeah.
out, and you probably do need a little bit of help. I'm not sure. What is next week's mode, by the way? I don't have
Well,
that ready.
I have a very good tiebreaker.
I
I have a
think
really good tiebreaker in Diggle.
Yeah,
So
I think next week is open world.
Yeah, it's open world and major minor, so all doors will be blue and major items will only be in major locations. So it's going to be, another boss rush, really.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a big show of speed more than anything, just because everything's open to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we thought this one was gonna be, and then the seed's like, "Oh no, we're gonna have some fun with you."
Yep.
I mean, it's
sorry.
I was going to say it would have been a pretty free seed if we had just done Thardus first, but
Oh, 100%. But like
Yeah.
the way it routed, it made sense to do after a warp to start.
Yep, I agree.
You know, funny thing you said that, Arrow. When you were climbing PPC the first time, I'm like, Arrow, you just fought OP. Don't you dare fight Thardus. Don't you dare do it. I know the memes, but don't you dare do it.
Then you knew I would. You knew that's something I would do too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and the other thing was that what I saw on my path towards artifacts was, since I went through Overgrown Cavern, I got thermal on the way, and it's like, oh god, no.
I got thermal after the hints, and I'm like, this makes sense.
Yep. GG's,
I saw
though.
I saw flamethrower, but never picked it up.
Same. Yeah, I think it was in Grapple Ledge.
Yeah.
No validation for us. Sorry, chat.
I think Chad will forgive you because you guys put on one heck of a race today.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
All right. Do you two have anything else you want to add before we send you on your way?
Nothing for
I
myself?
think we're good.
All right. Chat, if you're still here and watching, we're going to try and send you on over to SpeedGaming main. We currently have another match ongoing with Logan, also known as Darkstar, going up against Emerald Pie. Also, a week 4 match should be exciting.
Oh yeah.
And that should do it for us today. Takapa, go ahead and send us home.
Shoutouts.
Yeah, just
Follow everybody.
Yeah, GG's. Follow everybody. So, thank you for watching.
See you next mission.
See you next mission.